Hello, everyone. This is Asu Hope. I am a success coach working with women online business owners, and I support them to create a high-end business very, very quickly. So I have to first of all apologize because I I still don't have internet. Like right now I'm looking at my internet in my computer and it's not working. So that's the reason why I couldn't do the call live yesterday. And it was like going on the entire morning, and then it's still going on. It's been over a day by now, and it's still not working. So I really apologize. I wanted to be able to do this for you. I really don't like delaying things. I don't like rescheduling things, and I really like being on time and having a space for everything, dedicated the way that I plan it out. A little bit OCD that way. However, if I had tried to go into a cafe or something, it would have been too noisy and it would just not capture the energy that I wanted to be able to share with you here. So that said, thank you for being here anyways, and for accepting the gift, regardless, and even if it came in a different format. So I want to make sure that I really do want to make sure that you get what you need out of this. This is a special call, and there's also a very, very special surprise that I have at the end, which is actually going to be pretty freaking awesome. I have never done something like this before, and I decided to share a very, very, very special bonus with you of me gifting you a consistent 10K income done for you. So I will share with you exactly what that means, what does that look like, and everything at the end. But I wanted to do this. This is something that I've actually been thinking about for a while. And I wanted to do this starting here. And I don't know if I'm going to do it again. I don't know what's going to happen with it. But I wanted to just test it out and see what it would look like as a bonus for you, for being so patient, being so loving and so caring, and just being so understanding, practically, that sometimes shit happens, like things come up, and we kind of have to go with it. So that said, I have been having really amazing time here in Paris. It started out a little slow for me. I thought that I was going to maybe, do different things, or I don't know. I kind of, actually, the thing that I ended up doing is really not coming with a very defined plan, which is very new for me, very weird. It felt really uncomfortable, but I felt like I needed to upgrade in a lot of ways. And one of the upgrading that I did was just to allow myself to really go with the flow, because I've already been to all of the hotels and, to all of the visited the hotels like Hotel de Ville and all, like the big landmarks. I've already been to Versailles. I've already been all over the place, and I've already visited the museums. I've already done all of those things, and that's part of Paris. I love that part, and I did end up going to one of them, at least with my friends, because they wanted to go. But it wasn't really what I wanted. It wasn't really why I came here. I came here to be surprised. I came here to expand. I came here to upgrade in a very unique way. I came here to let go, to really let go, and just allow myself to be me, and like to discover even more of what that means exactly, and because of the fact that I didn't have a very defined plan. I had some things that I knew I wanted to do, but I just allowed myself to receive while I was here and just to feel into like, what exactly do I want? What do I want today? Like, what do I want to feel like? In fact, this morning, I shot a bunch of videos for a new upcoming video series for my intensive. It's for my intensive, and then it's just for my program. It's leading to that, and it was just, I woke up really early, and it was just amazing. The energy was just perfect, and I waited for it to be the perfect energy, the perfect environment, and I was able to go to the locations that really felt really good to me, and all of that I was able to allow myself because I surrendered and I just allowed myself to just be. Okay, so the fact that I didn't come with a plan really has worked greatly in my favor. I ended up experiencing a lot of bests ever in my life. Best ever spa experience, best ever dinner experience, like best ever, I don't know, like there's just so many of them. Like best ever shoes. I bought a really amazing pair of shoes yesterday. And all of that was available because I allowed myself to just let go of the plan. Let go of the control, because I do have a little bit of an issue with that, if I'm being real. And with that, because I knew that upgrading regardless, with that came a lot of shit, right? It has been real. A lot of things happened and a lot of things didn't happen. For example, I didn't get to do my photo shoot. I did take some really amazing photos, and I did selfie it up like all over the place, and it has been amazing taking pictures the way that I want to, without it being all post and all of that stuff. I love those pictures anyways. I do love photo shoots, but I allow myself to receive something that was just different, and that also fulfilled me in a different way. And so that didn't happen, and there were the call yesterday didn't happen, and and it's just amazing. Like as soon as the day came for the call, that was when the internet decided to freak out, right? And we allow it because it is what it is, but that doesn't mean that I give in or I give up. I'm doing this call now, obviously, so there's also a reason. Let me actually drink because my throat is dry. Let me tell you about this because this is pretty awesome. They have a machine where it's just filled with oranges in almost every supermarket, and it's fresh pressed orange juice from the machine. You go with one of these bottles that they give you there. You tap it, and then the machine, it's sort of like like the regular one in the States. Well, depending on where you are, you may have already seen this, but I'm in love with this. The fact that I can have fresh orange juice and just put it in a bottle and just take it home, it's just like out of control. Because in the States, there's something like this. It's not very easy to find, and it's also ridiculously, crazily expensive, when it could just be so simple. Anyways, so awesome. I just been in love with it. There's certain things that you can find here and you just can't find somewhere else. Okay, so anyways, so the reason why I'm doing this, the reason why I don't just give up, right? It's because I'm very passionate about creating my own purposeful business, my own abundant, amazing lifestyle, but also yours, okay? I want to be able to not only inspire you and that, oh my God, I'm doing all these things and, this is really cool and you could do this too, because that's pretty obvious. but also in the fact that, I want you to see how real it is and how I actually move through those things. And I'm going to go into some of the problems and some of the obstacles that tend to show up when we're actually living life this way, because it really does tend to get in the way. And when we're in it, it's really hard to identify it, and it's really hard to make the right decisions. So to really choose the right thing to do. However, if you actually do choose your purposeful, profitable business, you can end up very quickly. So I'm not talking about 1 to 2 years. You may already be there, right? You've already spent maybe years trying to make this work. Well, it doesn't have to take that long. It can just take 30 days. Okay, it can take a month, like literally 1 month, for you to get to 10K with the right things. So I'm going to share with you exactly what that means. And to have a consistent 10K business, you really only need to work about 2 to 3 days a week, and we're also going to talk about that. Okay, so I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you exactly how to set up, like how to set up your business so that you can receive a consistent 10K month. Like exactly what are the things that need to be there in order for that to happen. Because so here's what could be happening for you right now, right? So you probably have been working on all the wrong things, and also investing in all of the wrong things. Okay, you probably have been working on your website. Your website may be like 100 times better than mine, because you spent so much time on it, and it's like fully decked out, and all of that stuff. You may have invested in a lot of photo shoots, in branding. You may have invested in a lot of mini group courses and all of these things that gave you some key ingredients. But they may not have been the key ingredients that you needed at that particular time. So it doesn't mean that there's no value to those things. It's just about when you actually use them. So so this is very likely where you are, right? You're just spending your time, your energy, and all of your will, so to speak, going in the wrong direction. Okay, and that's why it's taking so long. And when it's taking that long, that's a problem. Okay, and let me explain what that means. So something that takes 2-3 years or something, when okay, so for you to get to 10K, you only need like 1 to 3 months. Okay, it should be like, if you're going past 3 months and there's really something seriously wrong, there's some serious blocks that you're dealing with, or you don't have the right strategy. So always mindset strategy, always. And I've said that 1,000 times. I'm not going to go very deeply into that. Maybe it will show up in the in this chat. But the idea is, there's two things for you to be successful and to hit that 10K as quickly as possible: the mindset and the strategy. You need to have both things, and they need to be they need to be in place in the right way. Okay, so let me give you an example of what that looks like. So for example, you were working on all of those other things. That's part of the strategy. Okay, but it's also part of the mindset, because you don't understand exactly what you need to do. Okay, so that's why it's taken 2 to 3 years. If this is you and it's taking you 2 to 3 years, 1 to 3 years, whatever the time is, anything over like 3 months, honestly, there's something seriously wrong. Okay, you don't have the right strategy, or you don't have the right mindset. And you really do need to have those two pieces working together like that in order for you to get to the next level. So understand, there's major blocks in either the strategy or the mindset. if it's taking longer, because it is a problem. It should not take that long. Okay. So this is the typical barriers, right, that we have. We really don't know what to do. It's taking a really long time, and we are really focusing on all of the wrong things, and not really understanding exactly what it takes or what it actually is that you need to focus on. It's one of those things. I also had that. So let me just share with you, because it's very easy to sort of like, put me on a pedestal or whatever, thinking, oh, well, you have this, you have that, or this person did this, or this person did that, whatever. Let me just clear the air with that. There's really no difference between you and me, okay? The type of lifestyle that I have now is, with going to France and be able to, live and travel the way that I want to, and also have a really amazing home. I actually just moved with my boyfriend, and I'm very, very happy and excited about being, home with him and being able to see him every day, and all of that. It's come about, and it's very easy to sort of think of it as just now, but it wasn't like that always. Okay, so I really don't want you to really put me on any type of pedestal or think, well, whatever the story may be about it. Okay, because I can tell you a couple of things about my journey so that you can really see, because the struggle was there and it was very real. Okay, and not only the struggle, but the fact that I felt really frustrated, because I felt, I kept seeing all of these people hit all of these numbers, right? And I call them numbers because it was just like 10K, 100K per month, or 50K, or 20K, 30K, whatever. Even 5K was, depressing to me, because I was like, what the hell? I know that I can do this. Like, I know that I have what it takes. I know that, I'm not better or worse than anybody. Like, for me, that's one thing that was very clear, even at the very beginning, is the fact that there's no one better or worse than me. I'm really the same as everybody. So if I'm the same, then how come? How come it's not happening? So in that sense, it was the frustration that was really, it was this big weight on me, pulling me down. Okay. And I also, I really wanted to do business coaching. Okay. I really wanted to work with entrepreneurs, and I didn't know how to lead there. I identified that very early on in my career as a coach, because I felt like they were the best group for me. They were the people that were more open, that they were the people that really wanted to improve their life. They were the people that wanted different kind of results, and the problem was that I didn't have them. Okay, I didn't have those results to give. So I one of the things that I did just so that I could get there was just that I just threw money at the problem. Okay, so I ended up investing in the first 2 years while I was getting, good results for my clients, but not really good results for myself, right? Meaning that the few clients that I had, they had really amazing breakthroughs, but I myself was not really functioning at a financially profitable in any way, by any means of the imagination, or however that phrase goes. I was actually in quite a bit of deficit, because I only know the numbers for the first year, and I actually should probably remember or try to go back and think about the numbers for the second year. But for the first year, I made $5,500. They were from 2 clients, just 2. And they were let me see, what was it? Yeah, one 3-month program, which was the beginning program that I was doing health coaching. And the second one was a full 6-month program for health coaching that I did with one client. And but I invested over $40,000. Okay, so when I say throwing money at the problem, I really mean throwing money at the problem. I really felt that it would solve something, that it would magically change everything, right? Just because I was willing, right? You hear that a lot in coaching. If you're willing to invest, like, you're going to be willing, you're going to be able to receive it back, or you're going to open yourself up to receive it back and all that stuff. And there's some truth to that. But what I didn't know was just that my mindset was not there, okay? So me throwing money at the problem was just me throwing money at the problem. I really didn't get anything in those first coaching. I had like 2 coaches that were both high-end at the very beginning, and it didn't allow me to actually expand in any way. Because I wasn't ready. Who I was being was just not someone that was capable of actually, allowing that change to happen. And anyways, like, I'm not going to go into that whole story because it's a lot of stuff there. And suffice it to say that I invested a lot. Okay, so it was painful. Okay, it was painful because I was not having the results, and my goal to actually start working with entrepreneurs was not going anywhere. Okay, so I ended up staying between the first and the second year in lifestyle coaching because I liked that better than health coaching. And then at the end of the first year, in 1.5 years in, right? So it was within the second year. I received a testimonial from one of my clients, and she told me that she nearly doubled her income with some tips and tricks that I have helped her with a simple strategy, and with a time management things, because I was always good at time management. And I did that with her. Like, I hadn't done that with anybody else. The reason that I did it is because she asked me, right? So we had an intensive, and she wanted me to do it. Like, she wanted to know what I was doing in my business, and how I could help her. So we did it, and then a year later, she was like, well, yeah, I nearly doubled my income. And I was just like, what? So having that gave me the confidence that I felt I needed at the time to do 2 things. It was around the same time that I did. Actually, it was a little bit before that I had already decided to work on the mindset, but the strategy, I hadn't really thought about using the strategy that had been working for me at that point, with mindset and lifestyle coaching, to actually, share with my clients. Okay, so that's what actually made it happen for me. That's what actually made me be able to make the switch so quickly. And that's what makes my clients also make the switch very quickly, because you have the strategy. Okay, and if you have the strategy, you're able to switch quickly. Okay, once I understood what I did and I developed that system, that is what actually made it work, and made it work really great. So what does this do? So this is all great in theory, but let me just give you some ideas of what this means. Say that you have this system, right, that allows you to create a consistent 10K income every month, and you don't have to work really, really hard for it, and you actually have a way that it's pretty much done for you, which I will share later. Okay, so stay tuned. Well, these are some of the things that I felt, that I feel are relevant to you, and some of them were relevant to me too. So 10K, having the system in place and doing this quickly, so not 2 years, 3 years, whatever, okay? I mean quickly, I mean really quickly, okay? I mean 30 days, like you can do this in 30 days. That means you can leave whatever job you're doing right now that is not in alignment with you. Whatever you're doing for money that's just not working and it's not in alignment with you right now, you can leave that. You can also fully support yourself in your lifestyle, whatever that looks like. Okay, that means for me, that means traveling whenever I want, escaping the winter in New York City. Well, actually, I'm in New Jersey right now, and just going away and not feeling totally depressed by the winter blues, right? It means renting an apartment in Paris, right? So that's where I am. I'm in my apartment in Paris right now. Instead of, being in a hotel or, a bed and breakfast or whatever, I really want my privacy. I want to be able to cook and enjoy myself and just buy, French bread in the morning and come and put some of my favorite French butter on it and just, feel the crunch in my mouth. Oh my God, I love that so much. Anyways, so you get the picture, right? You can create whatever lifestyle you want, because 10K really does allow you to do that. That's over 100K per year. Okay, just think about that. And let me give you another thing that you may not think about. So say that it takes like up to 3 months for you to have 10K. That means that regardless, you will be able to make 100K within that year. Within the year from the time that you start, you can make 100K. Okay? That's the promise when you're doing it quickly and you're doing it the right way. Okay? So there's no more waiting and no more whatever. And also consider that the idea here is like, consistent. That means, working 2 to 3 days a week or whatever. Let me take another sip. That's really good orange juice. So working 2 to 3 days a week for a consistent 10K income. If you want to make more, you may need to work a little bit more. But the idea here is consistency. Okay, get into the consistent K that really allows you to live that lifestyle. Okay, that means spending more time with your loved ones, doing the things that you love to do, actually entertaining yourself in ways that really, really call to your heart, or being able to really take care of your body. That's a big one for me. Okay, being able to just, go for a massage and go to the spa and, allow myself to be pampered if I want to, or going to get colonics. That's a big one for me too. All of those things are very, very, very important, okay? And they're all within that same formula. Okay, the formula to 10K is the same one. Like, it's obviously geared and authentic to you, but once you have it down, you can really create whatever you want out of it. It's really amazing. So let me share with you exactly how you do it, okay? Because this is the part where I feel that a lot of people lose it. Not lose it, they sort of like get lost in, and that's why they have perhaps done a bunch of courses and put their attention in a lot of different things, like their website, their branding, and all of these other things that, are great, but maybe not at the right time. Okay, so that doesn't mean, you need to have a crap website forever. It just means that You need to focus on getting clients and getting clients the right way, and then building momentum in the right way so that you can get to your 10K as quickly as possible. And then you can actually afford to do all of those things. And remember, affording is not just having to do with money, it's also having to do with time and energy, okay? You cannot afford to be spending time on your website if the return on your investment is not really great, because that's what happens. When you are working on your website and you're not getting a return, meaning that you're not getting any clients, the frustration builds, the anxiety builds, the worry builds, all of that stuff, no return on investment, right? If you're focusing on getting clients and having the right strategy, right, then you get a client, return on your investment, then you can actually have more energy and time to do other things that you really need to do. And then focus it, at the appropriate time, focus on the website, focus on this, focus on that. That's a major one. Keep that one in mind, okay? So here are the 4 things that you need in order to create a 4-step plan to create a 10K, consistent 10K business, okay? Consistent 5-figure business. So it's the ideal client, the right offer, the mindset, and the right setup, so the right strategy. So what does that mean? The first 2 are pretty obvious. You need to understand who your ideal client is, okay? You need to understand who exactly you're speaking to and how you're speaking to them, okay? You need to understand what kind of messaging will really attract them. What are their pain points? What exactly you need to say about those pain points so that it actually does translate into what they need to hear, to feel that this was made for them, right? A little bit of that irresistible type of thing. And that also happens with, that's who is listening, right? So that you can actually create that connection. The second one is the offer. Okay, so that means what exactly how are you packaging what you're doing, okay? And it has to be packaged in a very specific way to not only create the results, because obviously we always want the results, we want the testimonials after, but also to be able to really highlight what you're doing to create that connection with your ideal clients. It needs to feel, like I said, that it's made for them, okay? It needs to feel that this is the thing, the only thing for them. And if it doesn't feel like the only thing, then there's something missing, okay? And that's when you have to get even more specific, okay? Not only with the offer, because that's a little bit more fluid, but how you're describing the offer needs to be more specific in that moment. If you're not attracting people and you're not really understanding what are the things that you need to say in order to attract people, then that's a major problem, because that's the thing that's actually disconnecting you from your ideal clients. And understand that having the ideal client and the offer on both ends combined together, working in unison, is what actually allows your business to then, and this is like foundational pieces, and then from there you can actually put it into the right strategy and have the right mindset about it, okay? Let me see if there's anything else that I want to say about that, because I know that, that can be a little bit confusing. And here's what I'm going to say about that. If you're not attracting people into discovery sessions, right? If you're not able to actually convert people, if you are not actually getting people to opt in to your event of some kind, understand that there's something that is not working with your ideal client and the right offer, okay? Because there's something being lost in the message, and that's not allowing it to be translated in the right way so that your ideal clients can say, yes, okay, this is made for me. And understand that that has everything to do also with the fact of the type of offer that it is. If you're working with people one-on-one, which I'm guessing that you are because you're here, then it needs to feel like it's made for them. It needs to resonate to the core of who they are, to the core of their being. And it needs to completely speak to the conversation that they're having inside of their head. Okay, and if it's not, then there's something missing there. And there may be a link having to do with your with like how you're positioning your product, that is not really conducive to people wanting to invest or wanting to invest a lot of money. One of the major problems that I find with people that have been doing this for a little while, so say like 1 to 3 years, and is the fact that, they're discounting their service. They're really discounting their services, okay? I'm not just saying a little bit. They're practically like almost giving it away for free. I had a conversation with someone a little while ago, and she was telling me how she was doing, she'd been working on her business for a while. She's actually less than a year. And she had been giving away 10 free sessions or whatever amount of sessions for free in order to then to sign on clients. And here's the problem that I see with things like that. There's a lot of strategies out there that tell you similar things. Well, have a bunch of free little mini sessions, like 15-minute sessions. Have a bunch of like all of these things. The thing is that when you're having something like that, it's really hard for you to position yourself as an authority that charges a lot of money. Okay? And that really knows her value and knows the value of what she's offering. If you're giving it away for free, why would anybody pay? And I understand that it's not the same, if you're having like a 1-hour session versus a package as compared to, 15 minutes or whatever. But that marketing doesn't really work, because you're practically having to give your offer, give a piece of your offer to your clients for free in order for them to, say, okay, well, yeah, maybe it's good enough. Maybe it's okay, maybe whatever. And it devalues your service, and it also does not position yourself as, the person that actually is an authority and that can actually, solve this problem for you. And that's psychological. Think about it. Really, really think about it. If this is the type of strategy that you're using right now, in any way, understand that that's not real marketing, okay? That is a little bit like, this is gonna sound a little harsh, but I really need to say it because I need you to really understand what's going on, okay? This is a little bit like having one of those stands in the supermarket and having everybody, try it. You sort of you don't know who your ideal client is. If you're say that you have that table, you have a stall in the supermarket, and you don't know who the person is that's gonna like what you have in the stall or what you're selling, but you give it to everybody. Give it, right? And then eventually someone will actually buy. The big problem with that is that, well, you don't have a defined ideal client, and you don't have a very good message to really sell that product, and that means that you're pretty much you're working so hard to get one person to buy, and one person to buy that will not value what you have to offer a lot of the time, and that will not be able to pay or want to pay at a higher level like you deserve, right? So I want to bring this a little bit, because this is what it really takes to have that lifestyle business that's abundant and profitable and all of that stuff. You have to step away and make a clear cut. If you're doing things like that, if you're having strategies like that, and you really want to make more money, I had someone come to a session a while ago, and she had a goal for something really, really huge, but yes, she was selling like a $19 program or something like that. The goal has to match what you're charging, okay? It has to match your service, and the offer has to be perceived as the solution, the thing with the right results attached, so that those ideal clients, the ones that are going to love you, okay? Because this is not just people that are just out there searching for freebies, okay? They're people that are willing to invest in themselves and that are willing to do the work, okay? And if they are, then understand that they are going to be much better clients for you. Much, much, much better. And that makes a huge difference even in your desire to do this. And that makes a huge difference. I have had, a couple of days ago, I had calls with clients back to back. And they were all absolutely amazing. And I just left. I left. I finished pretty late. I think it was around 11 p.m. over here, because I didn't want to change their time, because they agreed to do it at that time, and I just said, whatever. I remember being in Thailand, and I did sessions at like 3 in the morning or something like that, because I said I'm not going to change my clients' time. They agreed to do this, so I can travel, but then I have to adjust to them, and I'm happy to do that because I don't have a problem sleeping during the day or anything like that. So at the end of those conversations and those coaching sessions, I felt elated, because there was something really huge that shifted for them in those sessions, and that just made me really happy. Those are the type of clients that I want to work with, the kind of clients that really are willing to do the work, whatever it takes, okay? And the type of clients that are really aware about themselves, that are willing to really recognize when something's not working, when something's not happening, and that they're asking for help in order to move past whatever is preventing them from getting to where they want to go. And those type of clients are always, you can have a one-off exception, but for the most part, those type of clients are high-end clients, okay? For a lot of reasons, and I'm not going to get into that right now, but please understand that this is the truth. Huge difference between those and other clients. I haven't tried that much in being in the discount bin, like I call it. However, I have had clients that were completely complaining about the type of people that were being attracted to them, how they try to haggle, how they try to, charge less, and all of those things that they were going through before they started working with me. So understand that's what happens, okay? Ideal client, right offer, not the mindset. The mindset is it's the thing that you need in order to be able to move to the next level quickly. Okay, so there's two things. It's the mindset and the plan. All right, but the mindset is the thing that that will help you get there without a lot of interruptions. Let me tell you two of the major interruptions that I get with my clients. And I actually have experienced these two. So it's some of the things that happen, especially for our type of people. So we're spiritual, we're connected, and we're very sensitive. I know that I am. So these are the type of things that tend to sort of like affect our mindset and our ability to focus on the main thing. When we're not focusing on the main thing, which is our goal to build our business, to have that 10K month, it's very hard to get there, okay? If we allow those things that are sabotaging us to actually become the main thing, so the priority at any given time, a little bit like putting out fires, we are then saying in that moment, oh, well, this is more important. And every time that you're saying yes to something else, you're saying no to your goal. Okay? And that doesn't mean that you don't have time for all of those things. You do. You always will. But you have to keep the main amount of time, the main focus on the one thing, because that allows you to then move forward faster. Okay? And remember, taking longer is a problem. Taking longer is a problem. Okay? So the two things that tend to happen, that tend to be the most problematic for the people that are attracted to me, as it was for me in the past, is body sabotage and relationships. So having drama having to do with relationships and to have body sabotage, so getting sick or having a migraine or gaining weight or feeling really crappy because you overate one day or whatever the deal is. I have done all of that stuff. Not the getting sick thing. I have a pretty good immunity, but the other stuff, and I have gotten the migraine thing. That one's been here and there once in a while. So keep an eye out, because these are the things that tend to show up whenever you're going to the next level. Okay, if you actually allow yourself to say yes to your sabotage, that means that you're saying no to the other thing. And that doesn't mean that you can't take care of your body in a good, healthy way, not the negative way that we're talking about, and that you can't to your goal. You can always have both. The way that you do it all is by scheduling correctly the amount of time that you're spending for all of it, and understanding that the main thing, focusing on the main thing, is the priority. Everything else is secondary. Okay? Even your relationships, when the goal is one thing, you can have time for your relationships, but the goal, the mindset, has to be focused on the one thing that you desire. And I feel that for a lot of women that are sensitive and spiritual and all of that, they're like, well, that means that I'm like loving more my business, or more loving more making money than I am loving my partner. Absolutely not. That's not the truth. And that's not accurate at all. Because you're actually spending time on one thing more than the other, that doesn't mean that you don't. And besides, okay, first of all, they're in completely unrelated categories. Okay, they don't have anything to do one to the other. They're completely different. The love that I feel for Paul, my partner, has nothing to do with my desire to succeed and to have a profitable business. That's like completely different. But my focus, it doesn't mean that I don't spend time with Paul and that I don't love him and whatever. My focus is still my business. Okay, my focus is bringing my business to 20K and 50K and beyond, right? So that's going to be most of my time and energy throughout the day is planned according to my goal. All right. And then I have the evening time and, the weekends and all of that stuff to spend with Paul. Okay. So understand that how you spend your time is a very clear reflection of the mindset that you have on the focus and the priority. Okay, so make sure that the time that you're spending and the energy and the money and all of that is reflecting your priority. Whatever your priority is, whatever your goal is, it must be in alignment. Okay, otherwise you have to understand, every time that you say, like I said before, every time that you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Okay, and understand that every time that you're saying no to your goal because you're allowing yourself to put out the next fire, everything that you desire that comes along, so the free time, the travel, the money, the security that comes with having that lifestyle business and having that 10K consistent 10K month business is a little bit further away. Okay, so you have to move everything else out of the way and focus on your business, and spend as much time as you need on the other things, but make sure that the main thing, the focus is always on the main thing. Okay. And then the last thing is setting up the plan, right? Like I said before. So the idea with the plan, when you have the very, very specific structure that is yours, that is also tested and proven, then the 10K doesn't need to take longer than 30 days. When you have the right mindset, the right ideal client, the right offer, the 10K doesn't need to take more than 30 days, okay? So here's what I am proposing for you, because I know that this is something really big, and it's also something that you probably haven't, maybe you haven't fully processed yet. And you'll have this video for a couple days, so you can definitely go back and re-listen to this all over again. It's important, okay? I'm really channeling all of this energy for you from Paris to allow you to actually listen to this in a different way. I want you to get the essence of this, and the essence of the upgrade, okay? And the upgrade that happens with your life as much as with your business. My upgrade, or the reason why I wanted to be here, was because I wanted to upgrade my business and my life. So for me, the upgrade is always both, because I don't separate either. Okay, they're both the same. So that said, I want you to understand that. There's those 4 main ingredients, and I know that it's going to. It feels confusing to you, because at this point you may know some of these things, but obviously let me also explain something else. You can know something as much as you can know something and understand something on a conscious level, but that doesn't mean that you really get it deep down, right? And that also doesn't mean, and the only proof that you need that it's not working is the results, okay? If you're not having your 10K month right now, if you're having really inconsistent results, if you have been trying for 2 years and nothing's really working, if you have invested your ass off like I did and spent, took all of these courses, learned all of this stuff, and none of it has really worked because it was probably not the right time to do some of them, then understand that there's something really missing for you. So let me tell you something. That what's missing is the 4 steps that I just told you about. And then beyond that, I want to help you create a done for you consistent 10K. And that means that if you sign up for a discovery session with me today, right? I call them a 10K breakthrough session, and I actually go through your business. I actually ask you a lot of questions and go through your business and actually help you specifically for you, because you can try to do these things by yourself, but if you don't have the result, then that means you don't have the result and you really need help. Whether that help is with me or with someone else, that has nothing to do with it. Okay, understand that there's something that is missing, that you're not understanding deep down, that's escaping you, and that's the reason why you haven't gotten the results. Okay, so if you sign up for a discovery session with me today, this is special just for Paris, just for this event, right? Because I really thought hard, like, what can I do for these women that is unique and special that I've never done before? I am going to have, if you end up working with me, I'm going to have, we're going to put it together, the plan, right? So the plan that gets you to 10K in 30 days, if done the right way, that's the goal. That's what's going to happen, okay? And I'm going to have my VA execute, and my VA and me execute the launch for you. That means that you don't have to touch any of the techie stuff. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You have specific assignments that have to do with the content and with your upgrade, your own personal upgrade, but you have nothing to do with setting it all up and having it work for your business. We are going to do that for you, okay? This is a major upgrade, a major way for you to upgrade without having to spend, whatever amount of time. Typically, it doesn't take very long if you're doing the program the right way. It takes like 10 to 15 hours a week, but you don't even have to spend that time. You can focus on you, Okay, you can focus on your mindset, you can focus on the content, you can focus on getting even more specific, you can focus on creating community, which is what I call, creating interactions online. You can focus on being known as the expert online in the communities that you choose to participate in. And you don't have to do anything. The 10K, the consistent 10K is done for you. Okay, so that is what I am offering for this call. Special. I don't know if I'm going to do this again. This is something that I really thought hard, like, what can I do that's really unique for these women now? Okay, so that I can help them upgrade their life, upgrade their business in a major way. And that's the only thing that I could come up with that was really, I can tell you, the putting together the launch is, it doesn't take super long, but it is the thing that actually brings you to that next level powerfully. Because understanding how to launch and how to set up a foundation that supports you, even if you're very intuitive, even if you're, super dedicated to, manifesting, it doesn't matter, okay? You can manifest your ass off, but your results will be inconsistent if you don't have a foundation that will really support you. And that's what I'm offering to you. Only to those of you that apply for a discovery session today. Okay, if we talk and we decide to work together, then that will be the thing that you're going to receive from me. And believe me, this is the type of bonus that beats all bonuses. When you have this set up, when you have that, it's a consistent 10K working 2 to 3 days a week. I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, that's it for me. I just want to share with you a couple of the things that have been happening in Paris. So, well, first of all, if you're interested in that, I'm going to include the link for you to, apply for that discovery session below here. That's done and said. Let me just share with you what I did today. So I shot those videos in the morning, and then I actually rented a bike. So they have in Paris, they have what they call Velib, and that is, kind of like the city bike in New York City. It's free bikes, and you can take them. You can ride around. I decided to want to do it in Champs-Élysées. So I went to Champs-Élysées and I rented the bike from there, and then I started, making my way back. Ended up going all the way from Champs-Élysées to the Eiffel Tower, and then I went all around the Seine all the way to Saint-Michel, which is where Notre Dame is, and I can't even explain what that felt like. And I actually fell. I fell off my bike. Yes, I did fall off my bike, which was, pretty embarrassing. And then this old lady came up to me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine, thank you." Anyways, and I was actually not as much embarrassed as I was annoyed, because it was that my shoe fell off, like my flat sandals. I couldn't wear my new boots because my flat sandal, I had a lot of walking to do, and to ride on the bike. Riding a bike with boots, not a good idea. Anyways, I can't really explain to you what that felt like to me, to be able to actually ride a bike around Paris, for so many reasons. It's really almost incomprehensible. Part of it because I never even thought about it. It was actually suggested to me by Melissa Rosenberg the other day, and I was just like, I think that's pretty awesome. Like, I think I want to do it, and I spent about 40 minutes or so riding that bike, and the fact that I get to see all of the major monuments that I love. So I got to see the Arc de Triomphe, then I got to see the Eiffel Tower, and then I got to see Pont Alexandre de Troyes, and then I got to see Orsay, and then I got to see Notre Dame, is, it's almost like a dream inside of a dream, if that makes any sense. And the only way that that's possible, I haven't been in Paris in a long time because I decided to spend my time in tropical places. But Paris is like home to me. France is like home to me. I love it here. I always felt really comfortable here. And to be able to actually rent an apartment, travel here, spend part of September here, like the way that I always wanted for years and years. It's really, it almost feels surreal to me. It's the same way that it felt surreal to me to be able to spend a month in Thailand last winter. That just completely blew my mind. The fact that I escaped winter and I went and stayed in a gorgeous places in Southeast Asia. That's available to me because of the structure and the mindset that I have focused on. I heard Gina Devi, who's a coach, mention that you have to train like it's a marathon. Train your mindset like it's a marathon. Change your money story like it's a marathon, and all of that stuff. And it is. It really is, because it's that consistent focus on your desire, on not allowing anything to come in between what you want and yourself. That creates a change. It creates the change. It will create the change every time. If you're having a hard time with living the life on your terms, living your life on your terms, living the type of life that you dreamt about always, for years and years and years, and it's still not happening, I don't see a reason for you to not put the focus in the right place, okay? And that means the mindset and the strategy, the right strategy. If you have already invested in a bunch of strategies and none of them have worked, why haven't they? Let me give you a clue. A lot of strategies are not for now. They're for later. The only strategy that you need to know right now is the ideal client, the offer, the mindset, and the launch system. That's all you need. You need to get clients, okay? That is all you need to get clients and to convert your non-existent business into a 10K business quickly, okay? So that you can then live your dream every day. I'm living my dream when I'm at home, okay? So it's not just being in Paris. You know, this is great because I love it here. And I can enjoy myself here and all of that stuff. But when I get home, that's going to be my dream too. And those are the 4 things that you need to make it happen. If you are struggling with this, just schedule a discovery session. Let us work together, okay? Let us see if working together is the right step, the right next step for you. And stop giving like any type of leeway to the conversation inside of your head that it's not going to happen, that you don't deserve it, whatever it is, okay? It's available, and it's available for you right now. So just go there below, schedule your discovery session, and let's start creating your dream life now. I'm sending you all my love from Paris. Keep an eye out because I'm going to be sharing really cool videos over the next couple of days if I can actually get the internet to work, and if I can actually upload this for you, and also the video series that's coming up soon. But don't worry about that now. What you need to worry about now is those 4 things and scheduling the discovery session. Love you. Until next time. Bye.